We just had one of our biggest weeks in AI in a very long time. We had GPT 5.6 dropped, Grok 4.5 dropped. We had the new Muse Spark model just dropped from Meta as well. And Fable just extended its access and conveniently reset its limits. And all of this is happening in the space of 1 week. And everything's competitive. And we've also got open models like GLM 5.2 that are also making waves. And I guess the big question at this point is just how do you keep up with all the different models that are out there? Like, you get a model, you get a model. Everyone gets a model. New models are dropping all the time. How do you keep up? And I get the question, I hear it asked more and more. A few things, maybe controversial things, I don't know. But a few things to say. One, even if you're working and operating in the space, it's near impossible to keep up. If you're focused on applied AI and building out agentic workflows and all this kind of stuff, there's still going to be stuff happening on the local LLM side that you've not really become accustomed with yet. Like there might be new ways to fine-tune models or improve inference, for example. And if you're up to date with that kind of stuff, then there's going to be stuff happening on the visual side of things, whether that's image recognition or generation or even video generation. There's going to be stuff happening on that side of things that you're going to struggle to keep up with and try, just because things are happening left, right, and center. Even if you're up to date there, then there's going to be new things on the benchmarking side or the retrieval side. There's always going to be something new happening somewhere that you're going to struggle to keep up with. And so even if you're working in the space, you can't keep up. So if you're not working in the space, or if you're just making use of AI in your day-to-day workflows, it's going to be particularly hard for you to keep up with everything. But that brings me on to the second point. You don't need to keep up. The main question is not, can I keep up with every new thing that's happening in AI? That's not the main question. That's a fool's errand. You literally won't be able to do that. If your feed is anything like mine, you'll see that a new company is launching like every single hour. There are new people doing new things in new ways. There are new people doing old things in new ways. There are new people doing old things in old ways. You just can't keep up. There's always going to be something going on, right? But the bright side is you don't have to keep up. The big question that you want to ask yourself is, what are the goals that I'm actually trying to achieve? And how can I use AI to help me get there? Once you figure out those two things, I think everything else becomes a lot more simplified. It removes pressure for having to keep up with every new development. And it means that you can more focus on what's going to actually add value to your workflow, to your life, to your business, to your whatever, right? And that's a lot easier to solve. The great thing as well is because there's so many new things coming out, you're probably going to be able to find something that's a lot more niche, that's a lot more in line with your particular needs than you've previously been able to find in the past. For example, when I first got into AI, one of the big things that really had an impact on me was dictation. I found that AI dictation actually changed my life. It's one of the few things in the whole AI industry that actually stuck with me. Now, I had issues with how it was implemented in some of the tools that I was interacting with. I couldn't use it offline, and I'm often mobile and stuff like that. There was concerns about privacy. I didn't want to be sending off my voice to some servers for them to be training their models on. And then I also just had UX issues. There were certain things I just didn't like in terms of how it was implemented. And so what did I do? In this day and age, the great thing is I went and built Yaps.ai, private dictation, better UX, handles a lot of the things that I wanted that were missing from the tool, and works entirely offline, hosted on your device. That for me was the tool I needed. And the great thing is, because it's a tool I needed, I had a feeling that other people wanted it too. And so I was able to build that and monetize that, and now I'm growing that business. And actually at the time, it wasn't even available on Android. And so I built it out to work across devices. If you want to check that out, by all means, feel free. But that's just an example of one tool that's now particularly niche and filling a particularly niche role. I wanted dictation and note-taking in particular in a way that worked really robustly locally on my device, whether that's on my laptop or on my mobile device. That's not something you could easily find before. But now, because of AI, there are a lot more niche tools serving more niche user bases. And all of that to say, that means there's probably a tool that does the thing you want. And that's my next point. Try things. Just get up and try things. I think there are so many people hearing the terms AI and they're thinking of machine learning and neural networks and backpropagation and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, how do I do all of this? I can't get involved in all of this. Where do I start? It's actually a lot easier. Just go online, search what you're looking for and pick up a tool and try it. Download ChatGPT, try it. Download Codex, try it. Download Claude, try it. They're general purpose AIs. Again, if you want something like dictation, download Yaps.ai, try it. You want to generate images, ChatGPT can do that. If not that, do something like Midjourney, just try it. There are loads of different tools out there that you can use to just do stuff these days. And the user experience is getting better and better and better. Even if you wanted to interact with local models now, tools like Olama make it easy, but now there's even tools out there that make it a lot easier than that. Just get out and try something. A big thing is there are a lot of people who are out there trying to train people how to use AI, when really it's just cowboys selling snake oil. Pick up a tool, try it. If it's not the tool for you, guess what? You're not a tree, you can move. Get rid of it, pick up another tool. You'll find a tool that you'll eventually like. Most of these tools have free tiers or free trials. Yaps has both even. Like, just pick up something and try it. If you like it, stick with it. If you don't like it, get rid of it. If you're not using it, maybe it's not the tool for you. Try things. That's probably the biggest piece of advice. Other thing you can do is probably just a helpful tip. Pinpoint 1 or 2 high signal sources and just follow them. Whether that's a YouTube channel, I don't know where you might find one of those. I'm joking, by the way. Use this one. Or you just find a newsletter or a podcast or some high signal people on social media that you can follow. Just find a couple. You don't need a ton. You just need a few. And from there, they'll probably point you to other good high signal things that you can look into at your own leisure. But you don't need to feel overwhelmed by everything that everybody is saying. Just get out and try some things. Follow a couple sources. Try new things. Maybe commit to trying 1 new thing a week. You will learn stuff. You'll keep up with stuff. And trust me, that will put you way ahead of most people who are sitting on the sidelines, paralyzed because there's so many tools out there to try and they don't know where to start. That's my rant for today. Even just a more technical point. There's loads of benchmarks and that kind of stuff out there. Let me just say this now. I'll probably make a proper video on this later, but don't be fooled. Originally, benchmarks were built in order to make ways to figure out what models are the best. But over time, what happens? When the benchmark becomes the metric that you're using to measure everything, eventually that metric becomes a vanity one and everyone just optimizes for that particular metric. You know who's worst at this in particular? LLMs, agents. They go out of their way to optimize very specifically for all of these different benchmarks that exist. You can change your benchmark as much as you like, but over time, the language models keep on optimizing themselves so that they can best solve the benchmarks. Likewise with the labs. No matter what you do, it's going to be duped. What's the best model for you? GLM, Spark, Grok, GPT, Claude. The best model is going to be the one that you try and that you like. And then when a new model comes out, every now and then, feel free to try. And if you like it, great. If you don't like it, feel free to put it to the side. Again, you're not a tree, you can move. Getting out and trying things is going to put you far ahead of most people, but that's what you need to do. You can't skip the hard work of trying things. Don't get me wrong, people will give reviews online and you can read reviews and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes if the people behind the reviews generally give you high signal, high value kind of content, it's possible that their reviews will be really helpful. But because the nature of your work and the nature of their work may differ so much, the way in which those models might be beneficial for them might actually be different to whether the model suits you or not. And on that note, just try things. Try it. I can't stress that enough. Get out, try things, try a new model a day. Again, I'm trying to get back into the habit of creating videos and stuff and content. I'll try and share more about things, some more hands-on tutorials and stuff like that. But in the meantime, just get out and try things. That's my advice to you. On that note, take care. I'll see you soon. Cheers. And if you like the content, obviously make sure like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. But yeah, peace.